Hi there, these comments are for FM, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer of all the lessons at OTC Online TOEFL Course.com. And you completed, it looks like, a writing practice test you sent me, I think, yesterday, and I'm getting ready to read it right now. I actually have the independent writing rubrics here. I believe your essay fits in the 4 area, right? So I'm gonna take a look at it and explain a few things here. So I think you have some occasional noticeable minor errors in structure, word form, or use of idiomatic language that don't interfere with meaning. Other than that, I would have given you a 5, but not quite. You're not quite there yet. Okay, so let's see what we got. Okay, so here's what I like. I think this is what works pretty well. So you say this is due to the fact that I believe it's better for children to. You have a lot of unnecessary words here. Check this out. To grow up in the cities. Don't need any of this. How about inasmuch as they? There you go. And probably, I'm going to get this a little bit more even. So children, how about that? Children should grow up in the cities inasmuch as they have access to top technologies and the best educational system. So be careful that you don't put a lot of words in there that don't do much, because you need to save that for the examples in the body paragraphs. That's where your depth needs to be, not a lot of unnecessary words in the introduction, right? But you have a specific thesis, you have top technologies, and then education. These are your 2 key points. And guess what? That's exactly what you do, is you talk about those key ideas. Now, if you say first of all, say second of all in that second paragraph. But I like how, when we look at your body paragraphs, there's definitely a connection between the thesis and then what you do in those body paragraphs. So your organization is pretty good. Okay, let's take a look at. I'm going to make a few corrections here. First of all, children include the high attainment to. Cities include the high attainment to the technology which can familiarize children with new things every day. Getting access to the technology. You want to say lets children. And in this case, with let, make, help, you can use the base form of the verb after those, not the infinitive. Lets children search about anything in the world. I think you have to say this, so that they can become more aware of many objects which they were not aware of before. As an example. But as an example with a semicolon, that gives you a sentence fragment, so that's not good. You could say, for example, right? And then you can put a comma here, not a semicolon. So go to Google, review these 2 things, the semicolon and the comma in academic writing. So see if you can compare and contrast those 2 punctuation marks to understand how to use them. Because that can interfere with your ability to communicate. The first time, I wouldn't even say when. I would just say the first time I came to the city where I'm living now, I knew nothing about other cultures and countries. By the time I got access to the internet and other kinds of technology, I used to seek new things about the world around me and how it looked. I'm making too many corrections. I have to go back. I'm going to change this now to 375. I did not realize you had so many problems in there. So let's go down 1 point. So you have how it looked. Notice you began to seek new things, that's an object, right? And then you have and how it looks. So noun clauses need to take statement, not question word order. So if you want to learn more about that type of grammar, go to Google and type in the keywords word order and noun clauses in academic writing. How about word order and noun clauses in English grammar? That would be probably better keywords for that. You say, due to having access to the technology, okay, you say, I don't even think you have to say now. I have a huge, and you can't use number. Number is typically used with count nouns, and we use amount typically with uncount nouns. I have a large amount of information about other countries and other planets. Eventually, it was the benefit of great technology. But the problem is, what did you learn? Could you be more specific there? I think it would be good that you get a little more specific in exactly what you learned when you went to that other country. Did you learn a new custom of greeting? Or how to pay respect more to elderly people? What is it exactly that you learned? So those are all the corrections I'm going to make right now. So I'm guessing right now you're probably between 22 and 24 points. If I go through the next paragraph, I have to make a lot of other changes. So that's why I didn't score you really high in the 4 area. All right, so what do? I think that you're a great candidate for my TOEFL Writing Bootcamp course, right? You already have really great organization. You know how to write an essay. You do have a few small things that you can work on. So if you go over to onlinetoeflcourse.com, check out, it's the course when you scroll down, it'll say TOEFL Writing Bootcamp course. I think I can get your writing going in the right direction, right? So you'll get 2 error correction videos. That's part of the cost of that course. And then you can send me writing practice tests, I think about 15 more during that month. And you have access to some of the best writing lessons on the internet, right? I use notebooks. The only thing I use when I create lessons, right here. I've been teaching writing since 1994. I'm a professor at California State University, San Bernardino, right? So I got over 30 years of experience, and I've seen all kinds of writing problems, and I can help you solve every one of them. All right, so thank you for completing this practice test. And if you're wondering why I have on this vest here, I'm getting ready to go ride a bike with a friend of mine. We're going to ride about 15 kilometers in the desert. So I'm just getting ready to leave after I talk to you. But anyway, thank you for sending me the writing practice test. Congratulations on having some pretty strong writing skills. Again, with some small changes, I think you can really, I really believe you could get close to 29 to 30 points on the writing.